Hi, I am in the beautiful country of Rwanda, and I have visited so far two countries this trip, South Africa and Rwanda. So let's talk about it. I am Anita, aka Global Granny, and on this channel I talk about the places that I'm scouting, looking for my new home. I am a single solo retired traveler who have been traveling around the globe since 2022. It is January and it feels really good. I'm in Kigali, Rwanda at the moment, and sun is out, good for a January day. Let's talk about the differences between the places that I've been: Johannesburg, Cape Town, and Kigali. So I chose Johannesburg initially because I'm a part of a group called Exodus Summit. And when I took the quiz on where you might like to move to, Johannesburg came out top of the list. So I thought, okay, I'm going to be in the region, I might as well visit. I visited Johannesburg and it was like almost like any town USA. It had modern, and it had malls, and it had homes, tall fences, or actually concrete fences. So it's an interesting vibe, one that I really wasn't feeling. Had mountains in the background, not up close and personal. But if you watched any of my other videos, you know that my criteria for any place that I would seriously consider is weather and walkability. So while it had both weather and walkability, there's this thing I call vibe. The food was good, fresh, because you know I'm a vegetarian. I like fruit and veg. That was fine. I didn't have to go out of my way to rinse it in any particular way. I could actually probably drink the tap water, so there was no danger in that. But I wasn't feeling the vibe. It was interesting. It was okay. It was okay. So I understand people's draw for it, but it wasn't my draw. Then I decided, okay, let me go to Cape Town. I've been to Cape Town. I went last February, and I enjoyed it. Love Ethiopian food. I have my favorite Ethiopian restaurant downtown that I frequented again when I go. Doesn't ever get old. And this time I stayed on the waterfront, or close to the waterfront, I would say. And there was a mountain right outside my window. So I think what I'm finding about myself is if it's lush and green and has mountains close by, I really enjoy that view. So I know a lot of people enjoy looking at the water all day. I enjoy looking at the mountains and the trees around the mountains all day. It was way more my vibe. The whole outdoor area, it had a breeze, even though it was, I would say, about 75, 80 degrees, somewhere in there. Really strong breeze, gusts of wind that came through in the afternoon. And we're talking good amount of wind that came through. But I actually enjoyed that. I sat outside most of the time. I listened to live music most of the time. I think Cape Town was more my vibe than Johannesburg if I was comparing the two. So is Cape Town on my list of places to revisit? Absolutely, positively. Fast forward, I am now in Kigali, Rwanda. It is touted as one of the cleanest cities in Africa. I would say well, I haven't been to all of them. I can't speak to all of them. But I would say that it is definitely a clean city. You don't see debris on the ground. You don't see trash everywhere. You don't see any of that. So that is a true statement. From a safety perspective, I've also heard it's one of the safest. I have seen women walking day and night. So I would have to agree with that as well. Trees are everywhere. They said it's a city of 1,000 hills. I'm looking out at my balcony right now. It's a little smog in the air this morning, but it is very healing. I am on a hill. And when I went yesterday out, it was pretty healing. One of the things that I've discovered about Kigali, even though I like it here, the walkability is sparse, meaning that you can walk in your neighborhood. And I think that was true of Johannesburg too, and that's one of the reasons why I was like, not for me. You can walk in your neighborhood, but I didn't see the things that I like to see in the neighborhood, like fruit and veg. If I go back to Johannesburg for a minute, I want to see restaurants that I can walk to, coffee shops I can walk to, grocery stores that I can walk to in a particular area. or a park that I can hang out in. It didn't have that vibe. On the other hand, Cape Town did have that vibe. It had restaurants, coffee shops, parks that you can walk to, waterfronts that you can walk to, places you can kind of hang out. So I felt like that had more of what I was really looking for. When I got to Kigali, if I had to rate the three, the people are way friendlier and go out of their way here to help you in any way possible. But it also did not have that, I could walk to the restaurant, walk to the grocery store, it didn't have that. I can walk around the neighborhood that I'm in, absolutely. But other than that, it took me a couple of days to get used to their version of Uber. They didn't have Uber. They have something called Move by Volkswagen, of all places, and all things. And I was able to take that. It was a little more clunkier than I was used to, but after I got used to it, it was okay. But would I like to visit again and stay a little longer? Absolutely. I didn't stay my normal 2 weeks before I decide whether a place is for me, and I had never been to Kigali before. But there's a lot of Americans that have moved here from the U.S. to Kigali. So I got in touch with some of the local people here, and it makes a difference too to have a local vibe. We had live music, very talented musician here. So we stayed out pretty late and listened to live music. Everybody felt safe. It is the kind of place that I would probably come back and visit now and again, but long-term stay, I don't think I could stay long-term because I do require in the neighborhood, wherever the neighborhood I am going to be in, to have restaurants, fruit and veg in that neighborhood, maybe a 5-minute walk, 10 at best, but definitely not more than that. And while Rwanda, Kigali, Rwanda is a nice place, it doesn't have that. So if you've been to these particular countries in the continent of Africa, let me know. And if there's one that I'm missing and you said, hey, you should visit this one, it has what you're looking for, let me know that too in the comments. If this is something that you want to see more of, like, subscribe, and follow. And I will see you in the next video.